Peace, what's going down? It's DJ Pain 1. I'm going to quickly run through how I produced the record Trust the Shooter for Royce the 5'9" featuring Smoke DZA.
Long live the one who got the gun in his hand with his own plan. Long live the grown man with no gun, but still he knows the land.
And a lot of people think this is a sample-based beat, and it's not. As you can hear, the main instrument is a vocal line. And believe it or not, that's a contact instrument. So that was the basis, and you can hear some kind of shimmering reverb on it. It's a guitar rig setting called Echo Magic, and so I just put that on that contact instrument, which is from Rillabox, and then layered a whole bunch of pads and leads. This is just a simple Nexus lead that I low shelved using the master filter. But with the vocals, it adds a nice full sound. I added a whole bunch of pads as well, all Nexus, just to thicken up the mix. The first pad, second pad, so together. And then I added another layer of Nexus, but this is an ARP. So now together we have a pretty thick instrumental section. And then of course there's bass, and it's Trilogy Sign preset. I don't know if you can hear this, it's really deep. Sometimes the recording doesn't pick it up. But beyond that, that's really the main instrumental section of the beat. And if that just went on and on throughout the whole song, it'd be kind of boring, so there are variations, including this section. And all I did was I dropped the vocals out. Pads are still in there, but I added this guitar sound from Cinematic Guitars on Contact. And then I also played these bells with Nexus. And that's just in the Fantasy and Dream expansion pack, Fantasy Bell Pad. And also, just to kind of thicken up the low end, I add low piano in a very low octave. Just playing the bass notes of the chord progression. And that's it for the instruments. As far as drums go, quite a few tracks of drums. And the drums are pretty wet and spacious sounding because of all these layers. So then I add a reverb clap. Another snare. And then even another snare, just for the fills. I actually have another snare on top of that. So a whole lot of snares. And then the kicks, I use kicks from the Boy Wonder kit. The very first one, I just layered the Ashy Knee kit with the City Is Mine kit and then phase them. Because if you layer kicks, what happens is, because they're so similar, they start phasing each other out. So there's no punch. So in Acid, which is a horrible program, but it has its merits, you can click on invert track phase. So now these frequencies aren't fighting anymore, and you get this nice punch in the kicks when you layer them. Crash. And then of course some offset hi-hats. And that's the beat. It's a whole bunch of layers, which coincidentally is the name of Royce the 5'9's most recent album, which I also produced a record on, so definitely get that. It was #1 on the hip hop charts. I made this beat using a whole lot of VSTs, primarily Contact and Nexus, and then layering a lot of drum sounds on top of each other, and then crossing my fingers and hoping that the mix sounded alright. Best of luck out there as you make your own beats. Definitely check back in with me because I got a whole lot of new loop and sample kits, most of which are going to be free coming out all throughout 2016 and of course into 2017 as well. Peace.